There's a way of knowing when you're in the fear response and therefore potentially going to make a bad decision. So when we're in the fear response, we engage in binary thinking. This is called black and white thinking, in which we only see two options. Typically, these are opposite options. So you only see all the way on this spectrum and all the way on this spectrum, right? Either you stay or you go. There's nothing in between. And the reason that this happens is because when we're in that fear response, we have really high norepinephrine, we have high cortisol, and this typically makes our thinking very quick. And in order to save resources and to make quick decisions, the mind moves into this black and white thinking zone in which it really does not care at all or doesn't see any of the gray. The problem with this is that typically these days we don't usually need this type of thinking, is because most of us are not in dangerous situations on a regular basis. Obviously, if you actually are in a dangerous situation, you do want this type of thinking, like if you encounter a snake or something, right? But in your day-to-day decision making, fear-based thinking is not the ideal way of thinking to make a great decision. The reason for this is because it limits your options. So when you're in that fear-based response, you typically only see two options. Those are the black and white options. And when you're calm and kind of in that parasympathetic response, you're going to see a multitude of options for your decision. You're going to see a lot of subtlety in the options that you have. You're going to see all of that gray. And typically a lot of our best decisions are made in that gray, in that kind of compromising zone. And so this is a way to know you might be about to make a bad decision. If you only see two options and you can't see anything in between, that means that you actually need to regulate your nervous system before you assess your options, before you make a decision. So one of the ways that you can do this is by going for a walk. Just walking out in nature helps regulate our amygdala because the movement in our eyes helps kind of calm that stress response. Another way of regulating your stress response is exposing yourself to hot water or cold water, so very hot, very cold. Exercise is another great way to regulate that fear response. But basically, until you see kind of the multitude of options that are open to you, you typically are in that fear response, and so you want to wait until it calms down before you act on that decision.